the way he boxed tonight, you had to have a lot of skills and experience to box a guy like that, because he'll pick a lot of guys apart like that.
Anyway, think about the atmosphere here in San Juan, coming back.
Yeah, great.
Looking forward,
yeah, great. I mean, look, I think originally he was going to fight Zepeda here, right? And then all of a sudden Liam said, fuck it, let's do our mandatory. And we were like, you know, it's quite strange. Pedraza,
Yeah, but you said Zepeda.
Oh, Zepeda, yeah. That's who you beat.
Yeah.
So I think he was supposed to fight Pedraza here. So in the end, we just decided to come here anyway. It's quite unusual to have an Australian and American headline. But it was a great show, actually. Mark Castro got beat, but it was in a great fight. Yankia was brilliant. Petufo against LeBron, amazing fight. And so too those guys. Look, you guys know your boxing, you know? So you come out, and even when the Puerto Ricans finished fighting, most people stayed to watch the Australian and American, which is, you know, a great sign. So we'll be back here in March. He won't be. You know, he'll be in New York or wherever he'll be, and Riyadh, wherever the big fights are going to take him now. He's got a belt, and he's a guy actually that a lot of people would avoid. So it's been very difficult for us because we've took him on, we got him active, then we headlined him twice, once against Zepeda, once against Lemos, and now he's got a belt. He becomes the hunted, and no one wanted him to fight him before that. So the belt's really important for guys like Richardson because it'll help us to make those fights now. No one can say, oh, why would I fight Richardson Hitchins? The answer is now you're fighting for a world championship.
Eddie, what other boxers can we see in March here in Puerto Rico?
Well, of course, Edgar Berlanga, you know, looks like he's going to be headlining, but a lot of the guys you saw tonight, you know, keep that.
For
sure, great fighter, you know. We look to do 3 or 4 shows here next year in Puerto Rico.
So we see Yankiel maybe fighting for a title shot?
Love to, yeah.
Hitchins, you said you believe in him 2 years ago on bringing you here. Now how much you believe in him on making happen that unification fight against Teofimo Lopez?
Eddie's a competitor, he's a hunter, so he's the guy that's going to go for the biggest fish. Like I told Liam, I said, no shade. I told Liam he built his career up in Australia, but once you get with Eddie, you got to fight real fights now, and that's why I kept telling Liam, like, he's in a real fight. And like I said, me getting to this position, it wasn't given. It was 100% earned from the start. I got in the ring with Yomar Alamo, a fellow Puerto Rican. He was highly ranked in the world from then. For Bauza, that was another Puerto Rican highly anticipated fight. Then big names after big names. Even to my last fight with Lemos, a 29-0 undefeated Argentine guys, a tough guy. I was hungry, so I think that I earned my spot to get here, and I believe in Eddie going for putting me in the biggest and best position possible.
Eddie, how much you gonna put in to get this man the unification fighting and those champions out there?
I think they're natural fights. You know, we just said about New York, but also don't forget of our relationship with Turki Al Sheikh in Riyadh. You know, I think that Richardson should come out there in a couple of weeks' time if he's around for the Usyk Fury fight, because you've got to start getting your face out there now and your name out there. And Teofimo against Richardson is a massive fight for Brooklyn, but it's also a huge fight for Riyadh. So the aim now is, there's actually a bit of content that we did, I think about a year ago, which we'll put out again this week, which is him walking around Brooklyn. And I think we really got to talk about him being a product of that environment. You know, the way he used to walk to that gym, you know, we go to that, you know, the boys club there, like, that's a tremendous story. And I really want